Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fashion with SoughtOut YouTube channel. So in today's tutorial we are learning how to draft and cut a corset dress. This is really a beginner friendly tutorial. Go straight to business by marking out all the lines. So the first line I will mark is 3 inches over there, and then 7.5 inches, which is my back. The back is 14 inches divided by 2, that's 7. I added half inch to it and I marked 7.5. From the 7.5 I came down by half inch and then connect the half inch to my 3 inches neck line that I drew out first. Then I mark out all other lines: the chest line, the bust point, the under bust length, the waist, and then the allowance. I'm just going to draw out the lines like saying. So the first line, like I said, is my chest line. The next is the bust point. Then we have our under bust length. Then we have our waist, and then we have extra sewing allowance, 2-inch sewing allowance. We'll go ahead now and connect the shoulder line. I connected it to the chest line. We'll then go ahead and make an armhole curve over there, right? So I place my ruler and then make a curve. That is it. Right now we'll come to the edge of the fold and then mark half inch on all the lines like so. So why we are marking that is because you see the center of the chest, the gap between the two breasts should be 1 inch. So I marked half inch because it's on fold. I mark half inch all the way, and then I'm going to connect the line. The next line we are going to draw out now is our dart line. Now we are using our nipple to nipple for that. The nipple to nipple I'm working with is 8 inches. I divided it by 2 rather. That gave me 4, and I then add half inch to it, which is serve as allowance. So I mark 4.5 all the way on all the lines, and then I'm going to pick my ruler and connect the lines together. Clarity purpose, I'll go ahead and label all my verticals. Like I said, I have my chest line, and the next is the bust point, then the next is the under bust length, then we have our waist, okay, then the last line you can see there is our allowance, okay. Next we'll come to the under bust area and mark 1.5 inch in and out, like 1.5 inward and 1.5 outward on both sides. Then we'll come to the allowance area. The same line will extend to the waist area and mark 1 inch on both sides. I'll take my ruler and connect the allowance area to the waist area. Remember I said it's both 1 inch on each side for the waist, okay. And then we'll come back to the under bust length and connect the line like so to the 1.5 points over there. Do you see? I'll do the same on the other line, on the other side, okay. So next thing is I'll take my cuff ruler and just like we cut normal, just like we draft normal bust here, okay. I'll take my cuff ruler and curve it that way, come to the other side so and do the same, okay. Now because because I don't want my the bust to show, I don't want the cleavage to be revealing, okay. So I will come to the center, the chest line, and come up by 1 inch, okay. With this, all the cleavage will not be so revealing. It will be well covered, although it's going to have a yoke, okay. So I came up by 1 inch, right? Okay guys, so I'll then go ahead and connect the points to the coming line like so. All right. Okay, now then to make the cup area, we are going to pick our curve ruler and make a connect from that curve at the under bust line. We'll connect it to the chest line. You see, that's the shoulder line, right? And then we'll come to the other side and connect the under bust area to the bust point area. You see the curve, okay? So that is that to that. We'll move up to the chest area now, okay, and then from that 1 inch that we drew upward, then we'll connect it to the shoulder line at this side, right? and then take the cuff roller again, turn it, and then make a curve to the chest line point at the center fold. Do you see? Okay, you must make sure that everything aligns. Draw that out, connect that to the chest line. From the chest line to the other side, see the chest line though. Now, to avoid gaping at the chest area, I'll come to the up of the cuff, right, and mark 0.75 at that side, and then come to this other side and mark 0.5. okay, so I'm going to take my ruler now and connect it like the line coming from the under bust, and connect it to it like so. I'll come to the other side too and connect it to the 0.5 point over there. Okay, this is done to avoid gaping at that area. So now I'm going to go ahead and shade out all the areas that will be cut out. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and impute our body circumference. Now the bust I'm working with is 37 inches divided by 4, that's 9.2. I'll mark that 9.2. We'll also add the darts cut out to it, which is 1.25, right, and then extra 2.5 inches as sewing allowance. Altogether we have 13.5 inch over there, and that is what I just marked out. And remember that the marking is starting from that line. It's not starting from the center, but from the line, the half-inch center, the half-inch mark after the center. I hope you get what I'm saying. Okay, now for the under bust area, the allowance, the circumference is 31 inches divided by 2, divided by 4, that's 7.25. I marked that. The 3 inches, that area that we're going to cut out, is marked with it, and then I had extra 2 inches sewing allowance to it. From there I marked 2.5 from the line after the center point. Okay, coming to the waist area, the waist we are working with is 32 inches divided by 4, that's 8 inches, right? Then I added the 2 extra inches, the darts inches rather, or the dart cut out, and then I added 2 extra sewing allowance inches. I'll mark all the points, I'll connect all the points together like so, and gradually we are almost done with our front. Okay, so the line, I will extend that line and connect the bust point line to it over there. Now coming to the neck, I'm going to be using 3x3 neck width, 3 depths, 3 inches width and 3 inches depth. I'll then take my cuff roller and connect the 2 points like so, right? So, and then we'll go ahead and cut the whole thing out. So after cutting it, this is the way we have it. I'll go ahead and label it. This is the side front. Okay, this is one, and then 2, then the center front. Okay, and then the yoke. Okay, so that is that to our front. Now guys, when you are cutting the made fabric, make sure you add allowances to it on your fabric, right? So we'll set this aside and then we'll proceed to the back of the dress. Right here I have all my verticals drawn out. All I'm going to do now is, and if you notice, this is the back, but we are not adding, because it's going to be with loop, I'm not going to be adding zipper allowance to this. And the first point we are going to be marking out is our nipple to nipple, I mean our gap, that's 4.5. So I'm going to mark 4.5 all through, and then use my ruler to connect all the points like so. Then we'll come to the allowance side, the allowance line, and mark half each inward and outward, and then connect it to the bust points line like so. Do you see? Okay, and then we'll come and join our shoulder, and also take our cuff roller and make the armhole curve like so. So this is our back. We'll go ahead now and impute all our body circumference just like we did to the front. Okay, the bust point, like the bust circumference, is 37, like I said. That's 9.25, and then I'm going to add extra sewing in inches to it. Okay, so that's that I'm trying to mark it out. Now coming to the bust point, I'm extending the line on the chest line to the bust point, and then coming to the waist area, and because this is back, it doesn't have an under bust length. All right, so for the back, for the waist, rather, the waist we are working with is 32 divided by 4. That's 8 inches. I added extra sewing allowance to it, and then make a connect of the points to the bust point. Okay, so we are done with that. Coming to the neck area, okay, coming to the center of the fold, I'm going to come in by 2 inches all the way down. Okay, this is done because it's going to have a loop. Okay, so I'm taking my ruler and connect the 2 inches points together like so, right? Okay, now over there at the neck, I marked 3 by 3 inches as the width and the depth, but it's not going to be necessary. Again, we are not going to use that, but then that is my yoke. We are still going to make a cutout over there, and that's the area that will be cut out also. So I'll go ahead and cut everything. Now after cutting it, this is the way we have it, but then I want the back to be a V-shaped neck. Okay, remember that we have cut out the 2 inches over there. So what we are going to do now is come to the neck area, and then at the width area, come out by half inch. Okay, I'm going to come out by half inch and then connect it to the edge of that place. Do you see where I marked? Sorry, I don't know what edge to call it, but I've connected the point together, and then I'm going to mark a cutout. So this is our back. Also come to the dart area and notch that side. Okay, so that is our back. Okay, we are going to just go ahead and use it to cut all our fabrics, both the front and the back. Like I said, to the front, especially the cup area, make sure you add extra inches to it. I mean extra inch, like half or 0.7, round it to make the cutout. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut and then join. So this is the front. I've joined the center with the side, and then coming to the cup area, I've also gone ahead to stitch the cup area by half inch, right? Okay, to make sure that the foam area, the cup area, really cup. I've gone ahead to join the pieces also, and so this is how we have it. Okay, so what I'm going, this is also the lining. I've gone ahead to join it, and then the lining for the cup. All right, so on the cup, okay, I also have the yoke over there. So I'm also going to be making use of bony for the corset. Now coming to the cup, I'm going to make use of my hemi gum. I'm going to place my hemi gum on it, over right like that. So this is done so as to ensure the stability of the fabric on it. I'll go ahead, place it, and then iron the whole thing together, right? I'm going to iron the fabric to the cup. All right, so guys, after ironing it, this is the way it came out. You can see the stability afterwards. Okay, so this is the other side, right? Okay, and if you observe that there are extra inches over there which will be used to sew on the main dress. Okay, now like I said, I'm going to make use of bony. I've gone ahead to cut out some strap which I'm going to join. Now I'm not joining to the front, I want it to be at the back, and so that is why I'll go ahead and sew it to the back on the center, right, and then the two side, the joining area, and then I will insert my bony like so. One will be there, okay, and then the other will be at the two centers. Okay, now after doing that, after sewing the bias, this is the way we have it. All we have to do now is insert the bony into it, and as you know, this bony that I'm making use of is a sewable one. I'm going to cut it out, right? I'll go ahead and insert it to the two other sides so as to give it structure, right? Okay, even without sewing yet. Okay, so next thing we are going to do now is pick our cup and then find the center. We want to join it to the dress. Okay, I'll notch the center and then place it on the center of the dress and then pin the whole thing down. Okay, so as to know what to sew and ensure that everything is well placed. Now after joining it, this is the way it looks like, right? Okay, I will now place it on the yoke like this. Okay, so I want to join the yoke on it like this, and I want this lining to cover the yoke. So what I'm going to do first is place the yoke on the main dress like so and ensure that everywhere is aligning, and then I will place the lining on it like so and then go ahead and fix it. So guys, after fixing the yoke, rather, this is the way it is. I fix the yoke first and then I will then place my lining. Okay, so I'll flip it to the other side and then place my lining and then go ahead, make sure that everything aligns to the center. The 1 inch center must align to each other so that everywhere will be well packed. If you have stayed to this time watching this video, I want to believe that you are getting value watching it. Kindly give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friend, like it, and if you have any question, feel free to ask. So guys, this is the way the whole thing came out. All right, so this is you see the cup area. The cup is cupping the yoke area, and then this is where we'll stop at this tutorial. Thank you guys for staying true to the end. See you in my next tutorial. Thank you, and bye bye for now.